Okay, put a couple of holes in here. Now I'm using a 8 gauge screw, so, and I don't want the screw to bite into this, I want it to bite only in. So I'll be selecting a drill bit that is just big enough to let the screw down through, but will not bite into it and bind on it. And I'm just going to freehand this because it doesn't matter. Just, oh, actually that is a little bit tight. I'm going to go a little bit bigger. Perfect. Should have done that on something solid, but it's the back, you'll never see it. So yes, we've got a bit of split out, but it doesn't matter. Lock that in. And I just want to countersink those heads slightly. So I'm just using a 10mm. Right. Okay. And now we'll go back to that sanding sequence again. So I'll pick you up after that's all sanded. Okay, before I sand, I'm actually going to set this. So we know that that is centre there. So we'll just mark there centre, there centre. And we can bring this up, and just by eye, because that's all it needs, is centre that. Now I'm going to flip it over without letting go, and oh, I took my drill bit out. Well, I'll just do it this way. Put the drill bit in, give it a few twists into the hole. You don't want to twist easily. So this is what happens when you don't think ahead. Just give it a bit of a twist there, and we have our pilot holes, which we'll have to drill out. So we'll just sit this in here. I'm going to set it as pretty level. That's pretty level. And this time we want to use a drill bit for the diameter of the shank, not the thread. And I usually find the easiest way is just to hold the screw up against the thread and eyeball it to see that I've got a bit of thread hanging over each side. Put that in. Find the centre. And drill the pilot hole. Okay, right, that's all ready to attach, so all we do now is, as I say, we go back to sanding. I'll see you shortly. Okay, I've marked in for where the mounting screw is going to be on each end. I'm just going to drill through a hole. Again, it's to take the diameter of the screw, and I've got another piece of wood in underneath to stop split out. It really clings to the bit. Right. I'll be countersinking both sides because these are little wooden plugs and they're going to sit in on top to hide the screw when it's put to the wall. And they're a 10mm hole. We'll be using the 10mm bit, which is supposedly sitting on the bench right here. One, and oh, how was that? That was clever. I didn't drill right through that one. Yeah. A little bit more. Okay, now we've got that done, now we can attach a handle. 99.9% of the time I use square heads, and I'm out of square heads of this size, so I'm going to have to use the old Phillips. Set the crank for 3. I'm going to use a little bit of glue. I know it's end grain, and end grain doesn't absorb or stick that well, but I'm going to put some glue on here anyway. And again, I'm going to use my digital glue applier. And that is Tails, who, the cat, who, if she gets 2 chances, or any chance at all, she'll be on my shoulder, which is where she seems to spend most of her day when I'm out here in the shed. She's been in the glass house doing what Tails does best, sleep. So we'll just slide these through, find the corresponding holes. I've already set my drill to 3. Just get those started. and then we'll just give them a final crank. There we have it. Let's see. These cameras aren't that easy to use really. So there we have it. That's glued up now, and I'm going to let that set a little while before I take off the excess glue. And all we need to do now is I'm going to give it one coat of polyurethane to seal it, and then I'm going to rub it down with steel wool and a linseed and beeswax solution, and then we'll go and mount it inside. The reason I'm going to do that finish is because we're renovating the staircase where it's going at the moment, and that is a finish that will be used on it to give it a nice rich mature look. And that's why it's in Rimu, because that's the timber that the staircase is made out of. And I don't know if you can see, that's Tails the cat. And Tails, say hello. Well, hello. Right, so I'll see you shortly, and we'll finish this project off. Okay, I cheated, and I did actually put a finish on, and now we're going to put it up against the wall. So I have checked with my wife, and that is the height it should like it. So I'm just going to take because of this handle we're not going to be able to get in with a drill, so I'm just going to take this drill bit and mark where I want the hole. Just drill a pilot hole. Up I want it. Just loosely tack it, and again taking the drill bit, getting it nice and level, marking the bottom hole. And just pull the drill away, the plate away, and just pop in the second pilot hole. Okay. In the pilot hole, and we'll just screw that in tight. There we are. Now I'll just zoom in a little bit for you. And these are the two plugs that I cut, and just pop those in. And there we have it. The new handle grip for the stair. So coming up the stair, something thin to hold on to. Because supposedly we're not getting any younger. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed.